Let's go. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Good day today. Nice, fresh, refreshing, brisk 8 miles. Got it done. Weather was kind, somewhat, not too cold, not too hot, just right to knock out a quick 8 miles. So as far as today's Move Swiftly thought, went to the Flagler. I had a new experience yesterday. Went to the Flagler Museum out here in West Palm Beach for the first time ever. And for those of you who don't know, I teach at a school named the Center for Creative Education. And we're doing a project right now on the Flaglers and what they were about, what they represented to Florida, Henry Flagler and the Flaglers. So, whenever it comes to stuff like this, I find myself being just as a little more intrigued than the students, because I get an opportunity to do some research on, entrepreneurs and how they built their businesses, what they were all about, what their systems were all about, what they saw that everybody around their time didn't. And, that helps me build up the work I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. And, learning about Henry Flagler and what he was about, and going to the museum for the first time was absolutely an incredible experience, knowing everything that where his mindset was, how far ahead of his time he was in terms of how he spent his money. There was a period there. One of the big things I picked up, because we took the kids on a tour, and again, I'm like the kids, I'm learning from the tour guide, and she was saying how people only used to be in Florida before air conditioning. Think about this for innovation, right? Before air conditioning, people only used to come to Florida 3 months out of the year because it was just too damn hot. It was too hot, so they couldn't even, so you had people who had to build out these technology systems, and they depended on entrepreneurs to make it so the place was actually feasible. And when you think about how you can build out your business and build out your systems, it's all about thinking ahead. It's all about what's not there that you can create based upon your mindset and based upon your skill, your worldview, and where you at. And all that stuff starts right in the home. It starts right in the mindset of the home. And as I was going through this, it continued to pour gasoline into this fire that I have, into this thought that I have, into this feeling that I have towards homeschooling my own kids. When I start having my own kids, homeschooling is the way to go. Because here was the downer, and the part that was somewhat frustrating about the trip. And I remember reading this, I believe it was Charles Barkley's book, I may be wrong, but I doubt it, where he said you take a black kid and you take a white kid, right? And you put them, let's say they're like toddlers. Take a black toddler and a white toddler, and them two are going to play around with each other like nothing is wrong. And they see no difference in each other. They just, playing, doing what kids do, right? When they grow up and their head is filled with all the junk that adults feed them, then they start seeing each other based on skin color, and then they start, not hanging out or not, associating with certain folks, right? So here's what happened. Because I'm one of the people that drive the bus, I accidentally parked the bus in the wrong spot, right? So I parked the bus where I thought I was supposed to park the bus, and then I was going on the tour, and then one of the security ladies, who was a black lady, came out and was like, "Hey, you got to move." It wasn't like it was that big of a deal. It's just a matter of me moving the car over to the other side of the road or whatever it is. But anyway, it's a black security guard who's walking me to the bus to make sure, or to let me know that I gotta park it, I gotta move the car and put it in the right parking spot, because there was a specific spot just for RVs and buses and stuff like that. So as we're walking from the museum to the bus, the lady the lady tells me, this is what she tells me, she's brand new to she was explaining to me that she's new, it's a new job, and she's not really familiar with Flagler Museum, first time she'd been there, all that kind of stuff, right? So she goes, no, not the first time. I think she said she was there for only a few months or something like that. She was there, she's been there long enough to see other tours and other classes or other schools and things like that go to the Flagler Museum. So as we're walking to the bus, she tells me, this is the first time that I've seen a group of black students here. And again, now it's fair what she's saying. It's 1,000% fair what she's saying. It's understood. I'm not here necessarily trashing her or complaining about her. What I am here complaining about, what I hear that's sort of frustrating, is the fact that these kids don't know nothing about that. These kids are just kids, and the only thing that you see as an adult is their skin color. The first thing you judge them on is based on their skin color. You don't know who they are, don't know their names, don't know where they're about, where they're from, their family dynamics, nothing. First thing comes out of your mouth to a total stranger. Again, I'm a total stranger to this lady. Is first time I see a group of black kids here. I guess that's all right, you know. Mindset. Where did we get to the point where we as adults have gotten to, and well, it confirmed, well, I know how it happened. And that's why I'm explaining the problem and explaining the issue, is that we get to a point where it gets so damn annoying. It gets so tiresome to have to hear adults continuously put out some race stuff that has nothing to do with virtually anything, and to feel so comfortable to say it out loud to a total stranger. That's really the issue. That's really the thing I want to bring to your attention. And like I said just a minute ago, this is why I'm such an advocate for homeschooling, because you have an opportunity to build a worldview amongst your young people during those formative years, where you can, establish some things in the home where say, look, we don't judge people based on skin color. We don't, look at folks and say, okay, that person's black, or that person's white, or that person's whatever color, and all of a sudden make certain judgments. We don't do that. We don't do that here. We judge people based on their merits, and based on the results, and based on your shared experiences with that person. We're not going to just automatically make snap judgments and be so comfortable making these snap judgments that we're going to bring up skin color to total strangers and people that we don't know, and just, about kids and get kids involved and all that kind of stuff. We don't do that. That's why that's really the big takeaway. So, when it comes to all this stuff, make sure you're just paying attention, man, because as I'll close you out just with repeating myself with what I said earlier in terms of Charles Barkley's example, where he said, look, when you fill a kid's head up with all the junk that adults tell them and tell young people, all of a sudden you're going to start seeing race and skin color as some sort of a thing, or some sort of a barrier that you need to overcome, which it shouldn't be like that. All right, so all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all the work I'm doing, it's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Check it out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.